Hello everyone, I am finally back from Orlando as of yesterday, so I want to get right into doing the tutorial for the, the review, I guess, and the tutorial for the Tati Blendiful that came out probably at least now, I guess, 2 weeks ago, because it came in like the day I was leaving. So I was so excited, but I also couldn't review it because I was leaving. So I have not opened it. I literally have just kept it in this package, killing me since I've been home yesterday, because I wanted to do it all on camera so I can get the first impressions, everything. I've seen a lot of reviews on it, mixed reviews and everything, so we're just gonna open it and be honest about it. These are available on her site only, tatibeauty.com. She has also restocked her palette that was out of stock for a while. It is the Textured Neutrals Volume 1. This palette is amazing. I use it often. That's what it looks like on the inside. It's definitely a palette that you would want to invest in. I believe that they are still available. If not, I'm sure she's doing like a pre-sale type thing. But definitely one that you would want to get your hands on because you can make a lot of different looks with it. So now let's jump right into the Blendiful. So in the Blendiful bag, you get two of these. And on the back it says no harsh lines. So when she first came out with these, a lot of people had mixed emotions about it because they thought it was going to be a different makeup piece, you know, like a palette or highlighters or a blush or something. But it was an actual tool, which I didn't mind because she's going to expand that line so much and she uses a lot of tools. So inside there you get this puff. And then you also get this little guy, which I think is really, really cute. So this one is bigger, obviously, hand under there. And you can bend this one, mold it. That was one of the things she said, is she uses this pretty much for all over her face. So she bends it, gets into the little spaces here, and she uses this for, you can do powder, liquid, anything, and you can use it in different spaces. So you can use this all in one sitting and not have to worry about using different pieces to put things on. This one is a little more dense. It's not as squishy. So this is really good for setting powders. And it's nice. It's heart shaped, so it kind of fits right under there. And what I've seen on review videos is that this picks up a lot of product. So it's kind of like poof poof, and you're kind of set for baking if you want to do that, or just put your powder on there. So I've already moisturized my face. This is, she said, was better to use a pore filling, not foundation, but a primer. So we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, just because I have it sitting right here. So we're gonna see how it works for that. And I'm just gonna use the little end down here. It is very soft. These puffs, they're not new to the market, but her style, she kind of made it her own. So I think it doesn't surprise me that she came out with a tool, because her face is flawless. I mean, it always has been. So we're gonna go right in with this, and I've seen people use this different ways, so we're gonna just see how it works best. We're gonna do a little tap. Some people have been like rubbing it down like this. I don't wanna tug too hard. It's definitely blurring out my pores, which I know the product already did, so. It is nice because you can really push it into those little fine line areas. So I want to blur out all these pores. I don't see a big difference in like the tapping versus not tapping. I suppose it's maybe a preference. Then again, the tapping and the sliding may be more for the foundation. It's been a while since I watched her video where she actually, you know, announced the product. So you can see I brought home a little guy from Orlando. I was so busy in Orlando that I did not clean my skin like I usually do here. I washed it, but I didn't do it like I normally do here. So it's gonna take some, you know, spoiling again to get used to that, or to get away from the dirt and grime that I found there. All right, so I think that is good. So we'll just do the forehead, and I think that part would be good. So what I noticed too is that it doesn't leave like this. It's not, you can still move the little fur, hair, whatever you want to call it on here. It doesn't like sit down. Look at that. It's very soft, which I like. Doesn't surprise me. Tati is, she's pretty intelligent when it comes to this. I think she'll be coming out with a newer product too shortly after. I'm certain she's working all the time, so. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna let that. Yeah, feels really good. I don't feel like I had to use an excessive amount of primer. That's pretty much what I would use anyway. So we'll see. I've noticed what a lot of people are doing, with the exception of one video, is that they're not using products in the same spot, which she, I believe, said you could do. So they use a product here, and then they'll switch over here, then they'll switch over here. But it's not supposed to make it gummy. You're supposed to be able to just use everything in one spot. So I've seen one review where it did that, and I did not see where it got cakey. She didn't review it like it got cakey either. So I am going to put this on my hand. I'm just going to go in with that Malibu, wow, Maybelline, the Dream Radiant Liquid that we reviewed not too long ago, that little medium kind of cover foundation. It's actually late in the evening. It's like 5:30, and I have just had zero motivation today, so except this video. So just going to tap on that and just start filling in. See if we can cover up that, guys. This is the medium cover foundation, so it's buildable, remember, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to clean this off shortly after. So I was going to do this early in the day, but oh gosh, I just have had zero motivation. I've been so tired. It was so nice to sleep in today. It was so nice to sleep in my own bed. You know, people who travel all the time and sleep in hotels all the time, it's just not for me. I very much enjoy being at home. I'm a homebody for sure. So this is just from me tapping it. It looks really good on the skin. If you can see that, it's like really going in the pores. So these do retail for $18. You do get 2 of them. Some people are saying that's a little steep for puffs, but you do get 2 with different purposes. Some people are calling the little one like a little travel one. I would travel with both of these because they don't take up a lot of space and you can smush them. But if you think about it too, the Beauty Blender is $20 for one of them. And I use the Beauty Blender all the time. And I like the Beauty Blender. You know, I always keep a fresh bowl of water and a bottle of water on my beauty table because I always forget to wet that thing. With this, that is one of the biggest things about this, is you don't have to worry about it being wet. You just use it as is. So I would tell you right away, I actually really do like this puff. I have not ever used a puff before, so I could be, you know, just really surprised at how well this is working. But I usually don't like things like this because I don't feel like they evenly distribute, and I feel like most of the product goes in there. But look, most of that's not even sticking to this puff, and I still have that much on my hand, and I just did 2 little squirts. So you are actually using most of the product. So I do like that too, because when I clean my beauty blenders, I have a lot of product on there, which them being wet helps them not absorb so much of your product. So I'm not knocking on Beauty Blender at all, because it does help you save a lot of product. But I will say I am really liking how this feels. It's so soft. I feel like it's evenly distributed, and like the package says, it's not leaving any harsh lines. So yeah, I'm really liking this. So I think what I'll do too is I'm going to use this one for the concealer. And then I'm going to use the other one for baking. Well, I'm not going to bake. I'm just going to apply powder because I'm going to use the Reserve Your Cabana Wet n Wild for under my eyes because that's what I always do to brighten it. And then I'm going to use the Coty Airspun to like actually set my face so nothing moves. So I'm just going to use this tiny last little bit. So that's every bit that was on my face. Excuse me, on my hand. And but I mean, it's blending so well. I feel like when I use the sponge, and the sponge I used may not have even actually been a beauty blender. It could have been a Real Techniques or something, but because I mix them up. I feel like I kind of have to blend a little harder, and I usually have to go into my hairline here and like pull out some of the product that's like been, you know, like stamped inside there. But if you look, my light may be a little bright. I actually don't have any of that in there. There's like there's none. So that to me is pretty huge because I didn't do anything different with my foundation application except use this sponge. So that says a lot to me. There's not any wasted product right here, right through here. That's a pretty big deal. So wow. All right. Well, let's move on over to concealer. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape if I don't throw it across the room. And I actually just found my Tarte Shape Tape. The cat comes in my beauty room with me and she likes to play with it. So we're just going to do a little bit because the only thing that's going to conceal all this is like sleep. A lot of it too. I did not get much of that while we were away. I was at the annual VMX, which is the Veterinary Expo or Veterinary Meeting Expo put on by NAVC, and it's just where the veterinary community comes together and we get updates on continuing education and we learn a lot of things from different doctors and whatnot. So it's a lot of learning in a short amount of time. My brain was mush by Wednesday afternoon. So we ended up in Universal to just kind of digress and let the week just kind of end there. And it was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna bend it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use a different part of the sponge just to see if, you know, how this part works. And I'm gonna bend it so you get in here. So you'll notice, of course, as usual, my concealer is a different color than my foundation because I always use a different one that's a little lighter, and the lighting's gonna adjust. So that blended out like really, really, really easily. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. That just like blends in like it's almost like it melts it like butter on my face. Wow. All right, back into the eye. So yeah, it's really nice that you can bend this because you can get like right in that corner. My eyes are super sensitive too, so these little fibers are not coming off on my face, because if they were, man, my eyes would be like not okay with that. right, that is the concealer blended in. Wow. So you can see it just blends super easy as well. No lines except my wrinkle lines. I was watching the video where Jeffree Star's like, you learn how to do expressions and you don't move your face. I tried to do that. I am not good at that. Like, I laugh and I have these and these and that and this. It's impossible for me. I just have to have wrinkles and emotions and storylines, or what I call them. So now we're going to go step in with this cute little heart-shaped one, and we're going to use the Coty Airspun powder, and we're going to set, actually I'm going to do the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana under my eyes first, and then we'll do that one. So I love this because it brightens. Cannot believe I found this still, and at the Dollar General store. Who would have ever thunk it? Like, so that time I did like a little swipe inside there, and it, man, it picks up some product. So, you know, you could use this for many different things. You can use this for tanning. You can use these things for the little body glow shimmers and stuff. I've seen a lot of people reviewing them for many different things. So I'm just going to use them for makeup applications. So I will say on this one, be careful when you are holding it, because I keep, for whatever reason, I keep holding it a certain way that I do keep hitting this. And whenever I'm turning it, I keep feeling the seal right here, which there's really nothing you can do about this part, but right here where it comes together. On this one, I do seem to keep hitting my eye more with that one. So try to maybe keep this one just a little more flat. Is probably what I could say about this one. That could just be me and just learning how to use the tool. I don't think it's like a con to the tool. Just more so learning how to use it. I don't think you have to worry about it like cutting your skin open or anything. So again, it didn't really pick up a lot of the product and keep it on there. You can tell that I've used it, but that's it. Most of it is literally on my face. I love when products I pay for are on my face and not on the tool that I'm using. So, fan of that. All right, so now we're going to go in with the Coty Airspun. We're going to set the rest of the face, and then we'll collect our final thoughts. So that was one little tap inside there, and I put it in the lid. That way I don't, you know, keep pushing it back into the little sifter. So I guess I will actually show how much you can pick up and bake, just to know. I'll do my chin that way. That way it's just my chin. Wow. Yeah, it just kind of blends in super easily. I love tools that make makeup application easier. So I picked up a fair amount. Yeah, and I just pressed that on. So baking is going to be super easy with this. Yeah, wow, that's nice. Can't argue with that, girl. I'm gonna go ahead and dust this off because I don't really want to bake that long. I know some people bake for like 15 minutes. Whew, that's some bakage. All right. All right, so we are set. Okay, so that was the last of the setting that we needed to do. Let me put all that back in there. Okay, so final thoughts. That's the product left on this one and the product left on this one. You can see neither one of them held a lot of the product. So that's first and foremost, that's probably my favorite thing about this Blendiful that Tati has come out with. Packaging is very eco-friendly. That's one thing that she does do. I actually like that. I don't know why you need a lot of the packaging. I would say when it comes to like the Jeffree Star stuff, I do kind of collect his cases, if you want to call them that, which is part of his design, you know. So things like this, I mean, you don't really need to do that. Had I gotten Tati's PR package, I would have kept her little kit that it came in. It was like a little book. It was beautiful. That's all part of some makeup things, but things like this, when you just get the tool in, I expect them to be kind of eco-friendly, because that you don't really need to do that. So some people are kind of like, oh, the makeup, the packaging is cheap. It doesn't need to be anything more than what it is. It's beautiful. This right here is kind of foiled. You can touch, it's textured. I think this was great. And I love her little quote that she puts on here. She's kind of known for writing nice, sweet things on her stuff. So I love that. Price point, I think the price point is perfect. $18, you get 2 of these. They're easy to maintain. You can literally throw them in the washer, in a lingerie bag, and you can wash them, and they only take about a minute to dry. She said if you forget to wash them, you can wash them by your hands and soap and water, take a blow dryer, and they'll dry within a minute. So I love that. I think the ease of travel is great. You can put them together like this and pop them in your makeup kit and you're good to go. So I think overall that this product that she came out with is a great product. I think it's one that if you had it in your makeup kit, I think it's a great asset to it. Is it something you need to go out and hurry up and buy? I think when you can afford it, I think it would be a great asset to your makeup collection. She's gonna be coming out with, I know, a lot of great things for Tati Beauty. Like I said, the makeup palette was amazing. I got it when it first came out, and I've used it several times. Every time I wear it, I get compliments on it. My face right now, there are literally no lines. Sometimes when I use my beauty blender, and I've used it many times. I don't want to say beauty blender as in the brand, just the blending sponge. We'll use that. Sometimes I can see where the foundation was not moved. So this was moved with like a dewy, kind of very hydrating formula. It may be a little different with the Juvia's very matte foundation. That I could use that and kind of see how it goes. And see if there is any difference. But overall, I think that it's a great product. Definitely get it when you can if you haven't already. I don't think that you'll regret it at all. It's gonna be, to me, it was just easier. Like I said, there was no makeup wasted in my hairline, which constantly I'm kind of having to go through and pull it, you know, out. Even when I wear my headband, like it still, you know, doesn't catch in my headband, some of it's still in my hair. But yeah, so there's my review on the Tati Blendiful. I can't wait to use it again, honestly. I think I'll start using this a lot more in the mornings and, you know, whenever I'm going to class or whatever, when I'm getting ready, putting on makeup. And I'm also going to see if I speed up my beauty routines. Whenever I'm going to work, my routine's a lot shorter than it is if I'm going out like I was last night. And yeah, so let me know what your thoughts were below. Let me know if you're going to snag one. If you've used puffs in the past, what was your experience with those? But yeah, so thanks a lot. It's good to be back. And thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and click the little notification bell and select all videos. I do have some upcoming videos with some Allure beauty box reveals. I have 2 of those to do because I got both of them at the same time. So look for that video coming up next. Thanks, guys, and have a good evening.